Right, well, hello everybody, David's back again. You're back again, you're happy to be back from a little ago?
It was ages since we recorded the last one.
Oh, I know.
So
it's probably been weeks since you last saw it, but... Yeah. You ready? So, today we're talking about characters that we'd like to see return to Doctor Who, because of course, every single series we get people saying, I want Rose back, I want Susan back, I want Jenny back. But in reality, we don't want them back, do we? There's much better characters we could have back who haven't already been used loads. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk a little bit about where that's worked really well in the past, and about characters that they did bring back and were brilliant coming back. So that's kind of the setup for this video. So it seems a good place to start, kind of looking at characters that we've had a lot more of and have really, really worked. Some haven't, it's fair to say, but I think a lot of the characters they brought back have worked really, really effectively. I think, David, you've got a fair few sort of favourites, ones that had their episodes in the past and then were brought back again and sort of made them even better for it.
I think the first one's the universal one, Sarah Jane.
Everybody loves Sarah Jane. If you don't love Sarah Jane, you've got to tell me, guys, because everybody loves Sarah Jane.
Because the reason, especially you and I love Sarah Jane, is because she was brought back.
Yes.
That's like the whole return. She's a brilliant companion in her own rights in Classic Who, but I'm sorry, there's several brilliant companions in Classic Who. Like, I would put Ace with, like, I would put Sarah Jane with, like, the likes of Ace or whatever. They're absolutely going to make their own. But Sarah Jane goes that one step further by being brought back. And I think we love Sarah Jane because it's all about empathy. Like, she's she's a little bit bitter. She's not very, very bitter, but she's very worldly, and she comes back a very different person.
Yes.
And very changed.
Yep, by her experiences.
And maybe not in a good way.
Because she's kind of bitter about being left behind by the Doctor.
She's bitter, but she also wouldn't, like, do anything differently.
No.
She doesn't regret it. And we really, like, that's good, like, the school reunion. I was watching that yesterday, and it is so emotional because it is, Sarah Jane is the ultimate woman who is left behind. Yeah. And she is the ultimate fuddy-duddy. And you just love the idea that there is more to that, and you want to bring that out of her. And that's where the love of the Sarah Jane Adventures comes to. And the way when she's starting to find her current family, even in that, she's quite horrible sometimes. Not horrible, but she's quite like, all right, you know, you don't need to be like that. Yes. But we get that because we get from where she's been, and you don't even have to know all of these adventures that she's been on. Just the fact that she was there, and now she's not, and now she's the thing of the past, but she can have her time again. Yeah. And I think she's just the most amazing role model. Like, she really changes Rose. I think that is a massive point for steering point for us, and especially Mickey. That's not quite talked about enough. I think
that's very true.
She has such a lovely relationship with Mickey, and then like I just that whole like generation of people like the Sarah Jane Adventures. Obviously, it wouldn't have been done with anyone else.
No, it couldn't. There was no other companion that was famous enough already for it to be done with, I think. And I think what's so great is because she was famous in the 70s and then she was re-famous again, like two or three generations of kids have grown up loving Sarah Jane, and that's why there's such a universal love for her, because she was a character that could transcend sort of different decades and eras. She was able to be
she's timeless.
Successful. Exactly.
I watch her, like, I've been watching the Sarah Jane Adventures again like this, and I'm just like, I find it really odd that she's not with us anymore. I find that so odd because
it is. And watching that sort of that little CBBC documentary thing they did is always really kind of sad to watch.
Yeah, it's very, very sad.
Emotional. I think it's got lots of different sort of actors in it.
But she was never like. I think now we're talking a bit more about Elizabeth Agent. She was never really, oh my god, I love Doctor Who, and I love this bad geeky thing about Doctor Who, I love that nerdy thing about Doctor Who. She loved the character, and she loved that human aspect of it, which is what I love about Doctor Who. Forget the science fiction, well, like, not forget the science fiction, but it's the humanism within the science fiction, and she really, really brought that out. And I think, like, I think we owe a lot to Sarah Jane in different ways.
Oh yeah, definitely. So she's one of those examples of a success story.
Hopefully, in like 50 years' time or whatever, like Doctor Who will have. I'm sure Doctor Who will be taken out of the air at some point again. Doctor Who will rest again, and then it will come back, and hopefully they'll get someone from our era. Yes. And then they'll become the new Sarah Jane, and that'd be amazing. That'd be absolutely amazing. Who would that be though?
Probably be Rose. Let's be honest.
Oh, I don't want it to be Rose.
It better not be Rose, but isn't it realistically going to be Rose? Well, it's not going to be Clara.
It's not going to be Clara.
It's not going to be Martha. It could be Bill.
God no. God no. It could be Martha.
I don't think she's that interested in Doctor anymore.
Well, we don't know what the actress is going to be like. Let's not talk about like the actress.
Okay, the storyline. Yeah, that's true.
Because Martha's really like
Martha and Mickey.
Yeah, and I think Martha's got the same point of like Sarah Jane. Apart from like Sarah Jane had to leave the TARDIS, Martha left the TARDIS, but she left under the same sort of you shouldn't have treated me like that. That was wrong for you to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let that like bother me. I'm going to have my own life, but it's not going to be as amazing. But I'm still going to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I think she'd be a brilliant. Yeah, I love Martha. I think Martha's going to be on my list at some point.
Okay.
But carry on.
Well, now that we've seen an example of a really good one, what is your sort of first example of a character you would love to see come back in the future? In Series 12, who would you like to see more of?
This is one obviously we can't bring back.
It's not possible. It's one that we would love if it was possible.
I'd adore to bring the Brigadier back. I'd absolutely love it. Like
the Brigadier is just one of those sort of characters that's been a part of the Doctor's life forever. Right from the second Doctor, and like in Web of Fear, I think it was back in 1968 he first appeared as the Brigadier, and was the Brigadier until 2008 in Sarah Jane Adventures.
And I don't think it was ever intended that he was going to be there so long.
No, it was just kind of. I think Web of Fear wasn't so much when they did the invasion. That was very much a test of the format for the John Pertwee era, which is when obviously the Brigadier became a massive main character part of the show, and it's just kind of that. He just really clicked with the third Doctor certainly back in the day, and just seemed to always kind of have that. It was. Sort of almost slightly comedic, I think, sometimes, the way he was, but also being that very sort of serious army general, he always had to do things by the book, by the way of the army, blowing up the aliens, even though the Doctor's like, no. There's a little bit of sort of tension there between them, but also such a mutual respect and admiration, I think, as well. Do
you think that one day we could see, or we should see, the Brigadier being reconstructed like they did with Rogue One? Like they did with, who is it?
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing,
famous from the Doctor Who movies. Yeah. Have you ever seen the Doctor Who movies?
I've seen one of them. That's all I'm going to say about it. They're not that bad.
Could there be another Brigadier return? I don't know. I feel like probably we shouldn't touch it anymore. I know it was different, but people didn't really like the Cyber Brig idea.
I really like the Cyber Brig idea, and I really like the Mark Gator soldier. I like those nods because I think it's just lovely to keep people apart of Who.
Yes.
I think people like that. It is lovely to keep them in it, and it's a sci-fi show.
Yeah, you can do anything with it.
It's going to come back. Like if it
get somebody who looks like him and just put him on it.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like because what they did with Peter Cushing was they got an actor
or something, didn't
and they put
CGI'd his face over it.
They CGI'd his face. Yep. Could they do that with the Brigadier?
It would be interesting. And I think fans would. It would be divisive, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It would be.
I think you'd have to find a story where it was needed. You can't just do it for the sake of it. You
just have a little cameo and why not?
A story which deserves it. But I look at like Jodie Whittaker. I love to see Jodie Whittaker with the Brigadier. Like when I got my Jodie Whittaker figure, I immediately put her with the Brigadier on the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And I love it. I just love that sort of aesthetic. And I think he'd be a brilliant character to return.
And one other character I know you would like to see. Well, you have enjoyed seeing lots more of, and I guess would you like to see him even more?
Actually, I don't know. I can't decide.
Well, who is
it? It's the War Master.
The War Master, Derek Jacobi of Utopia, for fans of just TV series.
Yeah.
But has been developed into more officially the War Master in Big Finish, I believe, hasn't he? And
he's had a couple of his own boxes, and he's featured in like a unit and a Diary of a River song now. I think the first War Master series was excellent. It was one of the most amazing things that I've ever listened to. I keep telling you to listen to it.
I know.
Because it's just such a different idea for the Master to be a sort of protagonist, but not an anti-protagonist in a box set. When they get to series 2, because they've just done the series 2, I think it's alright. It's not as amazing. It's not as utterly as amazing. Yeah. The character is just brilliant, and I think it all comes down to Derek Jacobi. Derek Jacobi is just one of our most brilliant actors that we have.
Yeah.
And to have him doing Doctor Who audios.
Yes, of all things.
It's like,
be willing to sit down and do a load of those. It's quite impressive. Yes, definitely.
I think they do some very sweet talking there. Like that was a very good thing to get. And he's such a different master to any of the others. He's far calmer, and he's more like, I'll just sit back. Like there's a whole episode in his first box set where his sort of companion says, "Oh, I want to try and save someone," and Tom wants to try and save one planet because he's destroyed somewhere. He's like, "Okay, right, you go and do it, but I'm not going to interfere." And he goes to the other side of the planet and starts growing grapes and creates his own vineyards. And he goes there, he just makes wine while this horrible story just happens around him. He's just making wine. It's just incredible, and his delivery is amazing. But I don't.
You don't think he'd be work on TV?
I think he'd be excellent on TV. I'm scared of him not being as good as that. Sometimes things are amazing and you just leave them. Yeah. You should just leave them as that because they have the most incredible thing. When you try and churn out more and more and more, which a certain company can sort of do sometimes. But it sort of goes the other way, and I don't want it to go that way.
That's completely.
But I'm very happy they came back, and we got that.
And I think another character that you really appreciate coming back many a time more, and one of your favourites, I believe, is
Leela. I absolutely adore Leela. And the reason I adore Leela, because I don't Leela doesn't come back on TV. Obviously, that's her set there.
No, but Big Finish.
Yeah, Big Finish, which is it's sort of I listen to a lot of Big Finish. There's some I like, there's some I don't like. Leela is one of those parts that I absolutely adore, and I adore her because of Big Finish. So because Elliot's not very versed in this.
I don't know anything about Big Finish. I'm sorry, guys.
It's fair enough. There's so many parts of Doctor Who. To go through, but they've done a series called Gallifrey, which is all about it's basically the West Wing or that sort of really political drama for Gallifrey and the Home Council and that sort of thing. Leela's got no reason to be there. Absolutely at all. There's no reason for Leela to be there. Leela starts off as Romana's friend. Such second in command. So basically, remember in the invasion? This is really fun, Wanky. Remember in the invasion time, Leela was like, "I'm going to marry Andred."
And
Andred goes missing.
Yeah.
Leela is still there. What do we do with Leela? Andred's missing. No one knows what's happened. So yeah, but basically, it turns out that because Leela has this full thing of "I've grieved for you," and she's getting such torment about it, and then it turns out that Andred was in front of her all the time. But he'd regenerated into someone else. He regenerated into another incarnation, so she didn't recognise him.
I see, okay.
And it's really fucking twisted. It's so... Because your heart goes out for Leela. But yeah, Leela goes into Gallifrey. She's got no place there.
Yeah.
She's just there, and you really bond with Leela because you feel like all these people are around you, all like Romana and Nav and all these Time Lords are so alien and so higher up, and you bond with Leela. And there's an amazing episode with where Leela and Romana, because Leela constantly wants to leave Gallifrey. She's like, "I'm going to leave," but Romana says to her, "If you leave Leela, you'll probably die within weeks because Leela's age is sort of put into stasis while she's on Gallifrey. So she will have aged hundreds of years, but she hasn't aged at all."
Yeah, right.
And so she really has to stay, and they form this friendship, which is just the science versus nature thing, but it's so beautifully done.
Yeah.
And there's an episode where Leela and Romana go on holiday, go on a holiday, and Romana's like, "We really need to talk about this now because I know you want to leave, and this is it's becoming to a point where it's unbearable." And so they stay in this big hotel, which is on Romana's luxury, and it's just "Okay, we've done what you want to do. Now come and live in the forest with me." And she's got such instincts.
Yeah.
And I think Leela, and then she did last year, she did an episode with Derek Jeffrey as the War Master, and it's the best two-hander of drama I've ever seen in my life. I think part of it's down to Louise, Jameson. I'm named for loads of different releases. There was a fourth Doctor one called the Cromarsh Experiment, where they was sort of a dream sort of thing, where Leela got a family, and she got a husband.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the doctor was there was sort of a medical doctor who was treating her, and then there was the doctor and something, and then it turned out that her husband wasn't real or something, and the torment of Leela, your heart just goes out for her. You really, really do. She's one of those characters which can be pulled in any direction, and has been, and hopefully will continue to be.
That would be nice.
I love Leela. If anyone can't tell, I adore Leela.
Yes. And I guess you'd also want to see her again in the TV show, would you? I know it's never going to happen realistically, but would you like to see that?
Yeah, actually, I would. I don't know if it's already been sort of done because they did one with her with John Hurt as well. She was in the War Doctor, but not as Leela, normal Leela. A really, really old Leela. Near her deathbed, where she was part of the Time War. She been in a sort of crash sort of thing, lost a lot of her memory or whatever, and that sort of thing. When she's older, that'd be amazing to come back. But I feel sometimes TV Doctor Who needs to just go forward.
Yeah.
Without looking back on those things. But I don't think characters should be forgotten.
No.
That.
Definitely.
But, yeah, I
And well, as we are talking about characters you want to see more of, despite you just saying you want Doctor Who to go forward rather than have more characters to come back. Would you like to see some more of Tim Shaw, guys?
Yes, would you like to see more of the ultimate villain of series
11.
11. Yeah.
Who we were all meant to be shocked by when he appeared again in the finale, which they didn't even give the press a copy because they wanted to hide the fact that he was coming back in that episode.
Really?
Yes. They didn't. There was the only episode that's been done with was Journey's End up until that point in the whole of New Who, and they didn't let the press see.
Sorry. What was the did you just say the title?
Yes, I did.
I was going to ask you the title because I couldn't know the title.
I know the title, The Battle of Ranscott av Colossus. You should know this,
That's
David.
not a title, that's a description.
Yes, I know, it's a terrible title.
in the UK. That's not a title, that's a description. It Takes You Away is a perfect title.
Yes.
That's
Even Resolution is alright.
Yeah, that's fine.
But no, The Battle of Ranscott av Colossus, terrible title, terrible episode, terrible monster. Terrible.
Good design. Really good design. I really like the design of Tim Shaw. I think it's a really, really good design.
But we don't need to see him again. I would like to see more of Clara. I know you guys wouldn't, but I would.
Why would you like to see more of Clara?
Because I like Clara as a companion. There's not really much more to it, to be honest.
No, that's fair.
I just like her as a character.
That's like how...
I do understand... Yes, there's not necessarily much more you can do with her as a character because she's obviously left the Doctor trapped away from her, often her adventures with the Shield or whatever you think of that. Not so much you think of that.
I don't know. I like to see more adventures with Clara within her set. I like her death. I like her death.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think we need to expand on that. So I think on TV you can't. Obviously on TV you can't really... They're unlikely to go back in her timeline on TV now.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen. That's a big Finish job or a books job, really.
Yeah.
If that ever comes to it. But it would be nice. So no, I think just overall there isn't enough sort of opportunity to
There's not enough...
Whereas some companions have a reasonably open-ended ending, like Martha did at the time, so she was able to easily bring back in Series 4.
I think the thing with Clara, there's not so many Clara-orientated stories sometimes. And I say that because the whole series is sort of about her, but it's not really.
Yeah, Series 9.
The stories aren't about her.
Yeah, no, it's about the Doctor and Clara, I think.
Exactly, and I think...
About the 12th Doctor and Clara.
I think it'd be really, really nice to have more stories where Clara shines, or Clara's... It's not that she's the impossible girl, or she's the hybrid, or whatever. It's just that her on her own. So I think she's been... I love Last Christmas.
Yes.
Last Christmas.
It's a great episode.
Excellent. Yes. Because that sort of side... It's sort of in the bit where she's not trying to work out who the Doctor is, she's not trying to be the impossible girl, she's not trying to be the hybrid. That's like one where she's just on her own.
Yeah.
And she's just being... But not, oh, that's true. Well, actually, no, I love that. I don't mind that. I never minded Danny.
Well, there you go. Do you want to see Danny Pink back?
No, I don't, because he was like just part of the story or something. But like, you need that sometimes. He was just a vehicle for her story. And I don't think he was unlikable. I liked their car crash of dating. Because that's life, and that was the best life of the Doctor. But I would like to see back the Bannerman Road Gang.
The Bannerman Road Gang, throwback to 2011, 10. Something like that.
That was 9 or 10 years ago.
2011. The last episode in 2011, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. So that's 9 years ago. No.
8 years. 8 years. I
thought this was going on in 2020. I thought we were recording these a year in advance.
I see. Because I'm filming to the same schedule as Doctor Who now.
Yeah.
I only produce videos once every 2 years. So we actually...
It takes you 2 years to develop.
This is actually being filmed in January 2019, and you won't be seeing this until about February 2020 probably.
Yeah.
And then our next video you probably won't see until about 2023, 60th anniversary time. Yeah, that's the sort of schedule Doctor Who's going for now.
But it won't be that like your videos will be going for newer ideas. They'll just be the same sort of ideas.
Oh yeah. I'm still doing top 10 videos, just doing them in 2 years' time. 2 years of production, because why not?
Why not?
Apparently that gives us more time to do stuff with it.
But going back to the Bannerman Road Gang.
Yes, the Bannerman Road Gang, yes.
I'd really like to see what happens to them, not from like a fan wanky point of view, but it was just like, I think they're excellent characters.
They didn't get much of an ending.
No,
because of the way it happened.
And it is sort of like, I agree, Sarah Jane shouldn't have died. I don't know if Sarah Jane's dead in the Doctor universe. I don't know what I've decided about that. But at some point, Luke, Varney, Clyde, they do become their own people.
Yeah, well, Luke's already gone to uni.
Yeah.
He's sort of really developed out.
You have a life outside of your parents and your family, and that's something not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But I think we'd love to see more of that. I'm not sure that Luke should go working for UNIT. I don't know.
That's a bit just obvious.
It's a bit too like, we all make a staple show.
But then UNIT doesn't exist anymore because of Brexit.
My God, I loved that. That was just funny. I found that really, really funny.
Fair enough. I'm sure they'll bring back UNIT though, won't they?
Of course they'll bring
back. There you go. Another.
I thought it was so stupid when people were like, Christian was killed off UNIT. I was like, no, he just didn't want to put it in the episode, and that was the excuse not to have the unit.
But what about Torchwood?
Well, this is the thing that I keep saying. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to say that. anyway,
coming back originally to
where do you see the Marilyn Monroe gang? Like, where would you like to see them, or would you not like to see them?
No, I would like to see them again. I don't really have any strong sort of thoughts on what kind of story or position they'd be in.
But that's why I really want to see it, because I don't know. Oh, I don't know, but I loved it at the time. I don't know if I'd like it at the time. Maybe Riley and Clyde. I see Riley and Clyde as one of those couples that, like, as a teenager, you think they're together and they think they're so right, but they're so wrong for each other at the same time. It's just seeded right there as you just need to take out a pin and everything crumbles.
Yeah,
I think they want very different things, but that's why I want to see them, because I don't know what I'd to be seeing.
Yes, there's a lot of opportunity. There's lots of stuff. Yeah. There's lots of storylines you could pull out of that. I think maybe in the current era we're unlikely to get that sort of thing because Chris and Co aren't really looking at that.
Yeah, and that's fair.
So much, but you never know. In the future, whoever comes back in could go down that route, which would be nice.
I'm not really like, even if it's not on TV, I think just doing it in expanded media sometimes. I think that, like, people don't give expanded media enough appreciation. Doctor Who's a universe. Television is just one part of that. It's just one part of a story.
Yeah.
So, but, another character that I want to see more of is a Torchwood character, which was Alex Hopkins, which Elliot will probably put up a photo of.
I will, because you won't remember.
No one will remember Alex Hopkins.
Has he had anything in Big Finish?
No.
So
no, he's had one scene.
About 2 minutes
he's in like one
time.
scene of the Torchwood archive, which is like a 10th anniversary release. But they don't really go into it. Basically, Alex Hopkins was the leader of Torchwood 3 at the turn of the millennium. He's in Fragments, which is the 12th episode of Series 2 of Torchwood, and he just kills all of Torchwood 3, including Jack, but obviously Jack can't die. Because he's seen something in the future, he's seen what will happen. It's obviously the 21st century is where everything changes or whatever. That's just bollocks to start, like, to get you into the show. Yeah. But why did he kill everyone? What drove him to do that? And I just think there's so much to explore into like Torchwood characters like that. Like, I really want to do it. I think it's about his son. I think he's something to do. In my head, Alex Hopkins has some sort of druggy son who kills himself or whatever, or who has a pendant or is given a pendant. And I just want to see what drives him to that. But also where he started and characters like that. Do you know what I'd really love to see? I like Torchwood, and he's Big Finish. I would, but I'd love to see a Torchwood box set, Torchwood like from the year 2000.
Okay,
so with all the characters,
that Torchwood team, Torchwood 3,
because they were never done. Yeah, there were characters there, and none of them were.
Did we see
TV.
them on screen?
I think we saw them, but they never spoke. Okay. They're non-speaking.
Okay.
Like, I think we more saw the dead bodies, to be perfectly honest.
So you could probably get away with using different people then.
Exactly, and the characters are just there to write, and I think that would be excellent.
Yeah.
So
that's a good shout.
Yeah.
And well, here's a left field question for you that you haven't been prepared for.
Oh God.
If you could choose one Doctor to come back for a multi-Doctor story, who would it be? Because of course we're only 4 years away from the 60th anniversary now. True. The obvious thing would be to have a multi-Doctor story right there. Who would you like to see in that potential multi-Doctor story? Assuming probably by then it'll be the 14th Doctor. You imagine Jodie's not going to make it till 2023, so...
No.
So the 14th Doctor...
Not because she's awful.
Just because she won't do 5 years, 4 or 3, well, probably 2 series.
We get bored of that.
Yeah, no.
We got bored
She'll
of
probably do 2 or 3 series.
Yeah, I see that.
So yeah.
I want to see a film back, to be perfectly honest. No, who do I want to see back? They're probably like really go-to answers, but Christopher Eccleston.
I'm thinking Christopher Eccleston as well.
Because that would just be, that's where I started to where I am now. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's Doctor Who started with Christopher Eccleston, but
or maybe he would work for a prospective 15th anniversary of New Who special. If you were going to do something around that, I know they would never did anything for the 10th, so it seems unlikely they'd do something for 15, but if you were going to do something for 15, Christopher Eccleston coming back, even for like a minisode or something, just something more. Can you imagine the hype that would get? Even if it's a 5-minute episode of Christopher Eccleston, like, it would be the whole social, because everybody would be everybody's childhood.
I want to see. I really want to see. See, are we talking about Doctors coming back for like their own minisode, or Doctors coming back to face the current one?
I would say to be with the current one for a one-off special.
Christopher Eccleston, definitely. Oh, I'm going to go for a few. Matt Smith. Endorsing Matt Smith, I think he just gels with any sort of Doctor. Yeah. He's like he's like every Doctor would think he's really cool, but also really annoying at the same time, and he just being like he just wouldn't care either way. Yeah, sort of thing. I mean, I'd love to see like Jodie with the Doctors. I really want to see Jodie with other Doctors at the moment. Yes, because I think she's so utterly the Doctor, yet very very different. Yeah. And sort of like, and for the classic thing of she's the woman Doctor. Yes. Let's see them again. Let's see what they think of her.
I would love to see Tom have another cameo.
No.
It's not going to happen.
No.
But and I know there's not a need for it. It's just fan service. It would be purely fan service, but it would be nice. I think at some point in the future it would be nice to have Capaldi back.
Yeah.
But not for a while. Like not before 2023 or something like that.
I think
it needs to be well past his era, and we're not even.
See, I think we're still feeling that now. Yeah. That where
Joe's being compared to Capaldi and all that sort of comparison with his era.
Sort of. It's going, yes, and I think that comparison is there because Peter Capaldi is a phenomenal actor. I didn't like Series 10. I really just found it very boring. I was gripped by every single frame he was in. I really like.
He was the man who made the series, and would he have made Series 11 better?
I don't know because it's such a different thing.
It's true.
And Jodie's an amazing actress, but she's not on the level of Peter Capaldi. No one was. No one. I don't think any Doctor we've had
is on the level
of the And he's not necessarily the best Doctor. I think he's one of them.
He's my favourite personally, but I'm not necessarily going to say.
Absolutely adore it.
I can understand why people think other ones are, but I think as a pure actor, I don't think you can say any of them are better than Capaldi.
No. You know, like I don't know if you ever heard. There was an article on Doctor Who TV. Which once said that Peter Capaldi's performance has every single Doctor sort of splintered into it. So he will say one word, like in a line, he will say one word like the 4th Doctor, one word like the 10th Doctor, one word like the 1st Doctor, and that sort of like, I don't understand how he does that.
No, it is very impressive. So I'd love to see that sort of be brought out in a few years' time.
Yeah, definitely. when he's not overshadowing. When he's not going to overshadow someone else.
Yes, definitely. And well, guys, we've covered a fair few different characters that have had a success returning, or we'd love to see return even more.
Yes.
And so do let us know in the comments below, what are your picks of the characters you'd love to see back? Is it Rose? Is it Martha?
Or is it just someone we haven't heard of?
Is it that one-off character from a 1971 episode who turned up for 3 minutes and you actually want to see loads more from? Or is it Ollis from the Three Doctors or something like that?
There's someone actually who's coming back. Like they did a unit box based on a character in the Mind of Evil.
Oh, yeah. That's we love Big Finish, guys.
We do.
Give us free stuff, please.
Please do.
Finish. Thank you. But yeah, do let us know in the comments below what characters you'd love to see return, and also what you think of our suggestions of characters to come back to Doctor Who in the future. But other than that, guys, that's it for this video. We will be back to talk about characters that really should never come back.
Yeah, we've got a list.
Just know we have a list. We're checking it twice. We're gonna work out who's never coming back.
Yeah, please don't do a rhyme there. I was like, please don't do that.
But I hope you have enjoyed this one. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and we'll see you again very soon for the other one. Bye.
Bye.